Chapter 6. As soon as he lowered the tablet, Dante was greeted with the closest thing to a frightening sight he'd seen all night. Before him, leaned against the desk, was an oversized, golden Freddy Fazbear costume. Costume, he noted, not animatronic. It matched the poster perfectly, with its giant, hollow eyes staring at him, its position slack, as if it was a corpse propped up on the desk. Not wanting to show even an ounce of fear, Dante quickly looked back down at the tablet of the western hall, before he looked up again to find the costume had disappeared. He blinked twice in confusion, then looked down at the tablet again, and the costume reappeared as soon as he looked back up, making him look down again, and find that the costume disappeared as soon as he looked toward the desk again. He covered his mouth and tried to contain his laughter. "Oh, you have got to be kidding me!" Dante started repeating the process over and over, forcing the golden Freddy costume to appear out of nowhere over and over again, much to his increasingly tired delight. Soon there were subtle changes in golden Freddy's position, as if he was raising his hands a little with each new teleportation in, at one point with one directly over his mouth as if he was going to vomit. Finally, he could take no more. "Stop!" He tried to scream, only to disappear as Dante looked at the tablet. "Ah! Ah! Ah! Up!" Golden Freddy finally managed to command as Dante howled with laughter from his chair. The bear's voice was deep, resonant, and full of gravel. "God damn it! Stop doing that! For the love of all things sacred! You've never teleported before, have you?" "Sure I have," Dante said. "Oh yeah? Portals are spontaneous." "Portals?" "Oh, well, la-di fucking da!" Golden Freddy continued to scream, making Dante wonder if he had any volume level that went any lower. "Spontaneous teleportation is much harder. I have to rewrite my goddamn genetic code every time I do it. You have no idea how painful or difficult that is. It's like building a tower out of toothpicks." "You should see if your insurance covers that," Dante said. "I'll bet you leave a few..." Wait, what am I talking about? You don't have a genetic code, you're a costume. Possibly a demon-possessed costume, but a costume nonetheless. There's nothing genetic about you. "Bitch, do you have any idea who I am?" Ooh, wait, Dante said, grabbing Mike Schmidt's folder. "I have a few theories. Which do I want to do first? Are you the phone guy?" "No!" "You killed the phone guy?" "No!" "You're Mike Schmidt?" "No!" "A weird hallucination I'm having right now, because I ate too many strawberry malts and your terrible pizza today." "No!" "You're possessed by one of the ghosts of the kids that guy in the restaurant killed." "No!" "You're possessed by all the ghosts of the kids that guy in the restaurant killed." "How many of these are you going to?" "You're possessed by the guy who killed the kids in the restaurant." "No!" "You are responsible for the bite of 87? "No!" "Wait, that one's harder to say for sure. Sorry." "You are possessed by the demonic prince Beelzebub, aka Lord of the Flies, chief demon of the sin of gluttony, and you hang around here because of course you do. It's a pizza joint, and..." Before Dante could finish, Golden Freddy swatted the packet out of his hands and grabbed a hold of him. "Enough of this nonsense! I have a job to finish!" "All right, killing me by forcing me into a stupid costume," Dante said. "Say, could I ask you a quick question before we go through all that?" "What?" "Why?" "Excuse me?" "Just asking. What will you gain by stuffing me into one of those suits and killing me?" Golden Freddy opened his mouth to respond, but stopped, as if he had never considered asking himself this before. I suppose I don't actually know. I just really wanted to do it." That's what I thought," Dante said. "And then you're going to be all alone in this place, because I just murdered all your friends and blended your brown-furred counterpart to the consistency of chunky salsa. Maybe they'll hire a new guy, but even if they do, is he going to listen to you like I am? Or is he just going to try and run and hide and escape whenever you appear in front of him?" Again, silence overtook Golden Freddy. "When are you going to have the chance to sit down and actually talk to someone again, big guy? Is there anything you've been waiting a long time to say?" "You mean, you really just want to talk to me?" "Yeah, sure. You're the most reasonable one I've had all night, and I've still got," he checked the clock, 90 minutes left of work. What do you say?" "Gee, that actually sounds kind of nice." Good. Dante flashed him a smile. You think you'd go to the kitchen and grab us both some coffee then, guy? I'm on duty. I can't leave my post. Yeah! Okay! I could use a cup of it too! And hey, listen, my house is like 45 minutes drive from here. It's kind of ridiculous. Is there like a groundskeeper shed around here where you keep gasoline, maybe? Just so I can make sure to make it home? I forgot my credit card. Well, that's awfully irresponsible. Isn't that stealing from the company? I'll pay them back. It's not stealing, it's just borrowing. Well, alright. I guess that's okay. They sat in silence for a minute before Golden Freddy said, You have to look at the tablet before I can teleport. Ah, okay. Dante raised and lowered the tablet. Golden Freddy reappeared and offered him a cup of coffee and a half-full jerry can. For over an hour, the two sat in the security office, musing on the nature of the restaurant, Dante's career, and their own hopes and goals. I'm not even entirely sure where I came from, Golden Freddy admitted at one point. I just kind of saw that kid one day and thought, man, that looks like a tasty frontal lobe. How did you even do that? Dante said. Are you a costume or an animatronic? Because you just looked like a haunted costume. What if we all are haunted costumes? Golden Freddy said. That'd be a really dumb twist ending. Dante sipped his coffee. Yeah, I guess it would be. I don't know. I never found Where Did I Come From mysteries to be all that great, Dante said. I wonder about other things. Some that I'll probably never get answers to. Like what? Like how come my wife can conceive children? I mean, I know there's a little human in her, but we're talking like this much. He made a tiny sign of his fingers. You know what else I've wondered? If my uncle killed my dad. Was he your paternal or maternal uncle? Maternal. I don't know. I met him one time a few years ago. He's gone now. Looked like death when I first met him, too. Told me my mom came from this big deal, proud race of demon slayers. She got excommunicated because she fell in love with a demon. I don't know. Something about that just seems suspicious, doesn't it? Like, apparently one of the only members of this clan I'm apparently descended from has every reason to hate my dad, thought he was an incubus, and if my mom was any indication, was probably masterfully trained. I mean, yeah, he ended up helping me and connecting me with my father's spirit and all that, but how do I know that wasn't just guilt? How do I know he didn't kill my dad and come for me and my brother, but just saw that it was too much for my mom and decided to call it off? I think you're overanalyzing that situation. Yeah, maybe I am. Dante checked the clock. It's just about 6, Fred. Then I can finally get headed home. Well, it was good talking to you, Golden Freddy said. Maybe we can catch up some more. You're gonna be paying off debts for this place for a long time. Yeah, maybe I am, Dante said. Hey, while we still got a few minutes, I've got something I want you to have. For me? Yeah, just to thank you for being a friend and, not trying to kill me. That means a lot! Thank you! I just need to get it ready, so I'm gonna look at the tablet real quick and call you back, okay? You promise? I promise, big guy. Dante looked at the tablet and checked the room. Golden Freddy disappeared again. Whistling the Toreador song, Dante opened up the desk, retrieved one of the security guard's old whiskey bottles, and popped open the jerry can. He casually emptied some of its contents inside, grabbed Mike Schmidt's packet, and tore off a few newspaper articles, and stuffed them into the bottle before grabbing a book of matches that sat next to the whiskey bottle. Dante then struck the match, lit the newspaper, looked down at the tablet, and then back up as Golden Freddy reappeared. What did you get? Without saying a word, Dante lifted the head off the Freddy costume and dropped his homemade Molotov cocktail into Golden Freddy's body. As the figure was still confused, it was easy to shove him into the east hallway and bring the door down with the push of a button. Within seconds, Golden Freddy became aware of what had been done and started to scream in horror, begging Dante open the door and cut the explosive out of him. The old demon hunter just sat back down and sung Toreador to himself as the shattering of glass and eruption of fire became audible from the other side of the door. Golden Freddy got in a few more screams before going silent. Dante hit the button and checked the east hallway to find the body burning from the inside. Black smoke rose from the smoldering costume carcass and triggered the fire alarms. Sprinklers blasted the hallway and the security office as Dante watched the clock with a smile on his face. 5:55. He was almost home. But then there was one thing left to do. Dante checked the drawers, found a small unused notebook and pen, slipped them into his pocket, and went to the main dining area. The sun had just started to rise over the horizon and gave light to the pizza parlor. As he sat down, he quietly estimated how much damage he had done.